I also like to welcome the print and the electronic media, who's always there on a call for any occasion that we have of this particular Comunidad. Well, the first very important thing which I would like to mention is I would like to congratulate the pioneers of this movement, that is Mr. Socorro Menezes and Luis Antonio Souza. Yes, for this very important movement, that is Save Comunidades, Save Goa Mission. Well, friends, many of us do have ideas. Many of us have kind of certain expectations. But to make it a reality, there requires God's blessing. And I think today, this has happened with this two prominent person. That is a beautiful saying. And I would like to quote this. Coming together is a beginning. Staying together is a progress. And working together is a success. And I kind of foresee that this particular unity will achieve desired results in the long run. My dear friends, I'll be seated for a little while. A little background of our Comunidad of Asagao for your information. Well, this Comunidad of Asagao has a very rich history and tradition. In this very beautiful village of Asagao, which is known as Assagao. In fact, we have around 203 gaonkas who are registered and 150 active members. Well, this Comunidad has forgotten its own components and kind of did a charity to most of the people around us. The first very important thing that this Comunidad did in 1973-74 was allotting the land to Nyanprasarak Mandal, Mapsa, Goa, which has a prominent institution in the vicinity of this village. 80,000 square meters of land was donated by this Comunidad of Asagao. Well, that was not the end to this Comunidad. They went ahead and also donated 60,000 square meters of land to Father Agnel's Charities Trust, which has a prominent engineering college and the Institute of Management Studies. Well, again, the work of the Comunidad did not end. They donated a very important area for the 20-point program, which is around 15,000 square meters of land. Not to the gaonkas, not to the shareholders, to the persons below poverty line of this village. Well, it did not end there. They went a little ahead. They also donated a land to Ambedkar Nagar, where a special land has been allotted to our own villagers who were there for a very long time. And this Ambedkar is right below the DMC College of Asagao. One very important thing this Comunidad did was also to allot the land to the substation. A very big substation which provides, it was allotted in 1980s, which provides electricity to entire Bardez. This land was donated by the Comunidad of Asagao. It was a 10 lakhs rupees where the then managing committee agreed to give this amount, but we did not receive this amount. It went into a court case. The money was deposited with Economic Development Corporation, and recently, because of our advocate Abhijit, who contested, who went, we did not want the tenant to get 50% of the amount. We said no, we are objecting to the amount. Finally, recently we got a judgment releasing the 10 lakh rupees to the Comunidad of Asagao through the substation, which is a very important achievement of this managing committee. The next very important thing was, recently, around 10 years back, this Comunidad also gave a property to Sports Authority of Goa for having a very important playground for the benefit of the villagers of Assagao. Did not end, went ahead to give the land for the water tanks. 2 water tanks in Dosashir and Sonarkhet. And also now we have donated a land of 5,000 square meters to the main station which will provide electricity to the villages of Anjuna, Shapora, Parra, Kantavella. My dear friends, this Comunidad has not given plots to the Gaonkas, to our shareholders, but they did a charitable work which has benefited the village of Asagao. Only one project which was taken up was 158 feet, but we could accommodate only around 40 plots in that area. We have a big project coming up, and our attorney is working tirelessly to see that this project takes away immediately. Well, the very important part of this is our attorney, Mr. Nelson Fernandez, have similar dreams, have similar kind of programs, and recently what we did was we had a one Jawan to bring our community together for the villages. This was held on somewhere on 2 weeks back. And believe me, there was a massive response for this one Jawan. Irrespective of any person, a lot of people came, even the tourists attended. Around 275 people attended for this one Jawan. Recently which we had. The objective was to bring our fellow villagers together, to show unity, to show the strength, what's happening in our village. As I said, our attorney has got a lot of ideas, a lot of creativity, but what happens is, to put this into practice, we have several challenges which we are facing. It is like white ants which is attacking us very badly. You know, white ants, believe me, we settle one issue, the next Sunday we have another issue cropping up. The next Sunday, another issue comes up. Believe me, we want to do a lot of things to the community, but our limitations are there. We live here on every Sunday, at least 4 to 4:30. Sometimes he leaves at 5 o'clock. I have to attend a funeral. Sometimes he has to attend. So we are there till 5. My assistants are there, well, cooperating from all the sides. But as I said, we can't progress further. And very important part that we have come together is the kind of non-support from the various authorities of this state. I don't want to quote the names, but this is the challenge before us. So the solution now is what has been done by our two friends is all the managing committees coming together, showing our strength, showing our unity, and opposing the ideas, the ideology which is going against the managing committees and the Comunidades of, in particular, of the state of Goa. Yes, yes, please.
In order to honor what you are saying, can we all stand up and hold hands and?
Yes, sure. Yeah, we'll do that. In the due course of time, we'll do it. Thank you, sir, for
Since you were talking about
yes, yes. So we will do that.
Thank you.
So as I said, lot of challenges. We are finding lot of challenges. You must be hearing latest, even yesterday's news. Fudari has come out with a very important, without a knowledge, excesses are given. We have to fight it out. But no, we are there all out to fight. But how much? How much can we? Authorities turn a blind eye to all these letters that we make. But nonetheless, we don't stop. We don't get discouraged. The more that this we have, the more vibrant we become. Now, for your information, Mr. Nelson Fernandez has been elected third time as the attorney of this Comunidad of Asagao, and we too are elected for the second term. And we owe this, and we are indebted to my fellow Gaonkas and shareholders for getting us elected unopposed of this managing committee of village of Asagao. Let me tell you, when we took over as a managing committee, the zone that was distributed was rupees how much? And the recent zone that we distributed to the Gaonkas is 12,500 rupees. This is the contribution of this managing committee. Well, it doesn't end here. Our Comunidad can sustain this amount for the lifetime. What is the amount? 12,500 will be able to pay to each of the counters in life. This is our contribution to Comunidad. Now this can happen. Why? Because we have a good strength. We have a good team which works. And a good mindset. Same frame of mind. The only objective which we always discuss here is, the objective is direct institution. We don't have any expectations from this Comunidad. Our objective is to save this Comunidad who has given the land to my ancestors, to me, to him, to any one of us. This is what we expect. The similar objective that is there, I think, here is to save the Comunidad. And I feel all the managing committees should support this cause for the betterment of the managing committees and the Comunidades in the state of Goa. I know we'll have a lot of hurdles. We'll have a lot of obstacles. We'll have a lot of objections, opposition and so on. We should not care for it. I'm a person, for me the sky is the limit. I don't care for these objections, I don't care for this. But we go on, carry on this work. For me, he's like a shield for him. Wherever he's there, I'm there. We don't care for anything. Lately we went even for the site inspection of all illegal construction. Imagine we going at the site. So for me, he's like a shield, and my right person is the finance manager who never rejects any proposal of my finance. And because of this, we can carry this work of this managing committee of the Comunidad of Asagao. So once again, I wish this committee, that is Save Goa, and these two pioneers, the two stalwarts who have come out with this idea of theirs, all the very best. We are there. Be assured our support will be always there. My only suggestion to this August gathering is you'll see how it looks like. Why don't we register this as an association of persons, and each Comunidad becomes a member of this association, so that we will be able to fight any battle with this amount that we have. It could be amount of 10,000 as a membership fee every year. You can give a thought. It will not be that this is imposed on you, but just an idea which has come to my mind, which has occurred to my mind, is having an association of persons, registering as a full association to object at the court. Instead of we going alone, this committee could come together and fight this, with the court. And you will have a lot of funds, no issues. The funds we will see, that not issue. 10,000 could be a membership fees, taking up issues on behalf of the managing committees of the Comunidades of the state of Goa. We will not see good days. It will always be, challenging days ahead. But we need to be together. We need to be united. We need to show our solidarity, and only then we will achieve success. So I will not take much of your time. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you, and especially my media, print and the electronic media, for this August gathering of today's day. Thank you very much. Okay, as rightly stated, let us all stand and hold our hands to show our solidarity and unity, that we are all united together for the cause of Comunidad in the state of Goa. Yes.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Over to Mr. Nelson.
Hello, I am Nelson Fernandez, the attorney of the Comunidad of Asagao. Our president, our leader, Mr. Ruildo D'Souza, has spoken so much about our Comunidad and about all its activities and all. But they say that the strength of the institution comes from the leader. And our president, Ruildo D'Souza, is our leader, our support, our guide and our mentor. Every decision we take, for whatever we do, is with his guidance, with his support. We've had very difficult times during the last 2 terms. Me and my treasurer, we have always looked up to him for all his advice and his support in all our endeavors. And believe me, with this type of a leader, I think nothing is impossible. So I would like to first, after all the praises that he's heaped on his team, I would like to first take the maximum amount of praises on our leader, Mr. Wildo D'Souza. A clap for him, please. Having said that, we have a very, very cooperative team. Our Special Attorney Gerard John D'Souza is here. We have our resident advocate who sits here every Sunday with us and sends out notices and handles cases and all. Other than that, we have a team of 14 advocates who looks after all our matters. Okay. We have resource people. We have a person called John D'Souza who is sitting behind, who has digitalized the entire records of the Comunidades of Assagao.
Yes, please, John, stand.
John, please stand. We have people like Kedar Kamath. Kedar, please stand.
Yes.
He's a very, very active shareholder of ours who does a lot of work for us.
And a watchdog.
Yeah.
He's like a watchdog.
Absolutely. We have the expertise of Ramesh Kulaskar, who was there, previous Assagao, who guides us from time to time. And we have other supportive. We have even George Dias, who's come here. He's our Gaukar. Please stand, George. He always supports us whenever things are there. And all our Gaukars and shareholders, they are also supportive. We cannot move our hands and legs without the support of our Gaukars and shareholders. So I want to thank these people. My talk here is going to be very specific. The government is now threatening basically to enact a legislature where they are going to regularize illegal structures in Comunidades and other panchayat areas and all, but mainly Comunidades. For that, the Comunidades of Asagao has raised an objection to this. This is the document where we all raise an objection. The signatures of my president, myself and my treasurer are all here. We strongly oppose this jurisdiction which they are trying to bring to regularize illegal structures. I would like to tell the government that first they should set their house in order, in the sense that there are Alvaro lands, there are evacuee property lands which the government is dragging its feet on. Let the government first regularize their structures in the Alvaro and the evacuee properties before putting their hands on any other property. Let them set an example first. I don't know why they are trying to touch Comunidades lands, which are actually private lands. Comunidades lands are governed by a code of Comunidades which states that these lands are private lands and they should not be touched. All the government lands which are there, illegal constructions go on unabated. They are carrying on without any action being taken by anybody. But at least our Comunidades lands are being protected by the managing committees because they are private lands. They have to be protected, and this is the essence of Goa. If the managing committees of the Comunidades were not there, then all this land would have been finished. And the government is taking an active role in regularizing these structures, which is totally unjust and wrong. We do not want the government to interfere with our private lands. As Rani Lakshmi Bai said, Meri Jhansi nahi dungi. I say today, we are not going to part with our lands. I now bring your attention to the next point. There are certain lands, even in the Comunidades of Asagao also, where a 100 square meter illegal construction is taking place in a 1 lakh square meter land. If the government regularizes that 100 square meters, what is going to happen to the other part of the land? The Comunidades of Asagao will never be able to use that land because that will only open the doors for more and more illegal constructions to happen there. Tomorrow, even if the Comunidades of Asagao wants to take a project where there is a 100 square meter encroachment and it is regularized by the government, the person's name will enter in the Form 114. And for anything and everything, the Comunidades of Assagao will be at the mercy of that encroacher. How are we to take cognizance of the fact that a total non-person, a non-Gaukar, an outsider, holds the Comunidades of Assagao to ransom? So it should not be allowed under any circumstances for any regularization in any land. The third thing is that local Goans, local people of Goa, are very law abiding. They never do illegal things. You see, most of the offices, all the Goans are going to seek permission. Even in their private properties also, if they have to do an extension of the house or they have to build some small garden and all, they will always approach the panchayats. Isn't this complete injustice to the local native Goans if the government is going to regularize houses built by migrants overnight without taking any permission? How is it going to be possible? How does it, how is it in covenance with the law if somebody just comes and overnight builds a house without taking any permission, without doing anything, without paying any money, and our native Goans who are law abiding have to go for each and every small thing to the departments? Isn't this absolute injustice to the native Goans? And the last but not the least, I would like to remind the government that these Comunidades, this regularization of the government, what it is deeming to regularize these structures, will only open the floodgates to more and more illegal constructions. Just imagine if till 2025 the government decides to regularize all the structures, how long will it take for these migrants who start constructions on Friday and end it by Monday to create papers, to build structures and do these illegal constructions overnight and finish all the land that is there in the Comunidad? The Comunidad is an agrarian society. There were fields that were auctioned by the Comunidad. None of these fields are being auctioned today. All the fields are lying fallow. I want to ask the government if they are going to regularize all these constructions in the different places and collect the money where there is no trees, no crops which are grown. Are we going to eat money at the end of it, or do we need food to eat later on? So I want the government to take cognizance of all our grievances, the grievances of the native Goans who are law abiding, who are wanting to do everything as per procedures, to please refrain from bringing this draconian jurisdiction to regularize these houses of these different people, and put a serious thought into bringing some jurisdictions which are beneficial to the people, which are beneficial to the state, which will keep the biodiversity in place, which will provide for food for our state. Thank you very much.
I think what you yes.
Good morning, everybody. I can't believe it, the amount of immense pleasure it gives me to be present in your community. I had a very interactive discussions about the Comunidad and everything with Mr. Tyson, Mr. Nelson, Mr. Rueldo, Ian Mark, of course. He picks up my phone whenever I call it up. This movement has gained strength to strength every day. Yesterday morning we were 67. This morning we are 71. Do you not think that this is what we need? We need Comunidades to come together. We need Comunidades to protect what is precious to Goa and its pristine lands, its culture and its traditions. Nobody can protect Goa like the Comunidades could. I have nothing to say. I am so glad that all the other Comunidad presidents, the treasurers have given what. When I speak to them, I gain so much. I am the first time attorney. I am nobody. These people have been there in the term so long. I have met somebody who has been 15 years, 20 years in this. So I speak less and they speak more. Let my Comunidades, the Association of Comunidades, we don't have an Association of Comunidades, it is only Save Goa, Save Comunidades, Save Goa. How we move forward from them, it depends on the communities themselves. We do not have to dictate how we move forward. These decisions will be taken by the components, the shareholders and bankers in Soto. That's what I have to say. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. As Mr. Sukura Zali, in short, we call him Zali from Sebastian, he has said most of the things that need to be said. What I want to say is the immense kind of support that we got. Yesterday we were in Salse. 2 days we spent in Salse. Every comunidad that we went, they were so hospitable and they did everything that was required to be done to organize the meetings, to come forward, to show us their individual comunidades. And each of the comunidades had so much to offer in terms of knowledge, in terms of their traditions, their heritage. So I think it's the need of the hour that all the comunidades from all the 3 zones become a one single body. Because that's how our ancestors had begun at the origin. The origin of all the comunidades is the same. It's agrarian. They have socialistic momentum, which the village itself was self-sufficient, and with the resources, the village itself was flowing with milk and honey. Now when this idea came up, I spoke to Ian and I spoke to Mr. Nelson, and they are the ones who said, we are with you. Let's go ahead. And so I have to thank them for being a part of the inspiration and motivation that we got to begin this movement. And today is the 3rd day, and right up to today, everybody has contributed in every way possible. They gave us financially, made it possible with all the printing and so on. They gave us the logistical infrastructure, people gave us transport. They organized, like the meeting today, they organized everything. So the South was a grand success, and I think Assagao has taken it one step ahead. And I think from here onwards, we are traveling on the right path of achieving our objectives and aims of coming together in the first place and addressing all that we need to address, which for a long time has been, either gone to sleep or is in a dormant stage. But with the help of each other and the resources that all the various comunidades have, I think we can make steady progress. Thank you very much.
Over to President of Nerul Comunidad, Madam Lakshmi.
Wishing everyone a good success in all your work.
friends, if any one of you is interested in just saying few words, we have less time with us, can please come forward and address the gathering. Yes, feel free. Whatever grievances you have, whatever problems you face in your comunidad, can please bring it up.
Doing and Super sir, I agree with them about maybe starting an AOP or something. It's a very good idea. Please consider it.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, later. I'm just saying. Absolutely. I think our initiative you have done is amazing. I know I answered all the calls, but I had strong words with Luigi until he explained to me what was the intention. This was a month and a half back. And a week back when we spoke, it was a different scenario altogether. And I'm so happy everybody got on board, including us.
Thank you.
दादा, अगली वजह